Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your now new show. One of the few shows that I'm doing already on my YouTube channel, called Listening Session. I came up with this idea as a mean to not only introduce you to all the new music that I'm putting out, but definitely, even more important, introduce you to the vocals, the person behind the vocals on all those different songs. And today I have the pleasure to invite a brother, a fellow musician, a singer, songwriter, producer, Mr. K Slice, with whom we just released a song called Out of This World. And so before I further talk on this matter with the brother, this beautiful release is about to be introduced to you in the form of a little video animation put together by the beloved sister Yazmin Huerta, who has been doing my designs for many years now so far. And so that's right, let's get to it. Let's check out this video and then get on the conversation with the brother. Let's go.
The highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow, I take the highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow, I take the highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow, so I take the highs out of flow.
I know they move, I they dance, nah, no. I go make moves, I be dance bado. I they make tunes, no amends, nah, no. We be one, that be how we the advance. I know they play, I they play Zylo. I be Ghana boy, bugger chale, I go stylo. Yeah, the style go slow, but that day, mado. My logo, I they move like a zone.
Took highs and the lows for a long time. How could he just rain with the sunshine? But because he fake rain with the sunshine. Gonna grab mother cause she made the sunshine.
Grab a bite, take a slice, tell her bye. Drop my eyes on the price, gotta realize. Say this night, the arise, gotta free minds. Take a stand, go just stand at the sidelines. Got my ancestors with me, it's about time. And tell me, Charlie, are we 100 in this lifetime? And can we find what is kind in this mankind? Cause the answer is that we need cosign.
I take the highs out of flow. I take the highs out of flow. I take the highs out of flow. I take the highs out of flows. I take the highs out of flows. I take the highs out of flows. Hip hop. So I say somebody this world. 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 So I say somebody this world.
Yes, 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 indeedy. Oh man, oh man. They're not ready for us. They're not ready for us. Welcome to this listening session, brother. K Slice in the building. What's going on, man? How
Uh,
you doing?
Thanks for having me, man. Yeah, I'm doing
Good,
fine. I'm
good.
doing fine. It's nice to hear the track again, and
Yeah, man.
the contrast couldn't be bigger, man. Because now here in Holland, it's snowing like crazy.
I
But we're
know.
bringing
I heard
some
today.
some sunny vibes, so it's good.
Good, man. Good, good, good. So, how you been, man? How you been keeping it doing through these difficult times, man? What has been some of your routines? How have you managed to stay afloat despite these crazy times? Tell us a little bit about your experience of this whole pandemic.
Yeah, it's really has been an experience of relearning and sort of find a base that works for you. I must say that I've been pretty blessed. Like when you like take in account what has happened.
Hmm.
Like I had quite some live shows still,
Nice.
especially the ending of last year, and it
Hmm.
was a way for me to sort of experiment with different lineups. So I did some shows with just the guitar player or just the trumpet player, or we do it like with just the key player, or I bring my balafon, or it was
Wow.
because of yeah actually having less options like life wise. Obviously I couldn't just bring my whole band for everything.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a way for me to sort of look into different options and different ways of bringing the music to the people, so that is one way, and another way is just yeah, it just has been a time for me to stay productive and sort of
Yeah.
create, and yeah, without a sort of strict time frame, because obviously we
Mm.
have more time to create. So yeah,
Good,
basically.
man. So overall, you've had a decently positive di- experience of this whole thing, despite I'm pretty sure you've been affected of some way, shape, or another.
Yeah, definitely,
Either.
definitely. Like financial wise and stuff, there's
Mm,
obviously a lot has happened. I think that's something that's the same for all the
yeah,
artists out there. Like
100%.
the whole music industry is just hit by what has happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like yeah, you can't deny that, and it's just a part of it. You have to sort of find your way through it and go on. But yeah, it's also a way of let's say it's a time also of finding new ways to bring the music to the people, and new ways of um, creating. Because obviously, what you did before this has happened is
Mhm.
not what you can do right now. So yeah,
Absolutely.
you just have to try on error, sort of.
Definitely.
What? How is it for you?
Well, bro, for me, I mean, I wouldn't say same as you because we didn't have any shows last year. Well, I only had two shows during the summer, end of the summer, and
Ah,
there was like there was cool, but yeah, it's been hectic. I mean, lost quite a couple of people close to me, friends,
wow, yeah,
etc. So it was a bit quite hectic in that sense as well. For the most part, I managed to stay positive through and through. Went through a
yeah.
bit of a
And you caught the
depression as well.
virus also, right? Wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I caught the
yeah,
virus and it almost
crazy.
killed me. And
Wow,
well, in my case, I didn't have no respiratory issues. I didn't lose my sense of smelling, of taste, and stuff like that. So
mm,
uh, the problem that I had was this extreme fatigue that put me to this to well, it got me to a point where I almost had a heart attack. And
wow,
so, well, a heart failure pretty much because heart attack would be, but really, like, my heart was slowing down to the point where, yeah, it was critical. And I was alone
wow,
dealing with this here in my house. So, it
crazy.
was quite a wake up call indeed. But bro, to be honest with you, like after I got out of this experience, I just decided that I wanted to change a lot of things in my life, and not that there was a lot that was not going the way I wanted in the first place, but there was a few things that I needed to mend, and recalibrate.
Hmm.
And I did just that. And man, I've been really really happy with the man that I've become. Um, Coming out of this whole experience, became a greater version of myself. And yeah, when you feel like you've been you've had a flavor of the breath of death, coming close to you,
Wow. Yeah.
you feel humbled, and you just cut through the bullshit and you keep things to the extreme essential. So I was already like that, but even more so like that now. And work wise and money wise, man, it's affecting us badly. I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit it, and some of my colleagues and friends are doing extremely good, and that's fantastic. And I really commend them for managing to make it happen. But unfortunately, it's not the case for the majority of people who are struggling, and a lot of
That's
people are
true.
struggling mentally to find solutions. So it's not easy, but there is hope. There is definitely a lot of hope. There is what I think, an opportunity for us, as you said beautifully, to explore new ways. And the truth is that we actually kind of did it. When we started to work on this joint together, you in Holland, I'm
True.
here, and boom, that was it.
Yeah.
You and Peter just linked up in the studio. Peter is the guy who played the trumpet in the song, by the way.
Yeah.
And yo, man, I'm glad, and I'm glad that I was able to inspire you to come out of your comfort zone, where you actually finally got down to some proper pigeon. Tell us a little bit about that, man. Tell us a little bit about having to tap into your pigeon, lingo.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, yeah, it's not new for me to pigeon. Like
Mhm.
I heard in my surroundings, especially
Cool.
my my family, and when I call with family members in Ghana, or my dad in London, it just was something that I was like, okay, I'm born in Holland, so I was like, should I go there? I'm not sure.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, when I do this, I want to make sure that the people around me, my direct surroundings, my direct circle is like, um, that they approve it. Like they are like, okay, this is proper. This is proper pigeon. So I was in the studio with Peter, and he's the trumpet player, and also Ghanaian, born Ghanaian.
Mhm.
And so when I was recording, he could just approve when it was like, okay, this is how it should be, man. This is the
Yeah,
sauce we are looking
yeah,
for. So that was nice. It was a nice experience, and I've also sent it to my mom's to just let
yeah.
her know, like, okay, how does it sound for you? And she was like, it sounds like you are born in Ghana. Like,
Good,
oh,
good.
I was like, okay, good. that's that's
It's,
good. That's good.
so actually,
So
talking about that, tell us a little bit. So where are you from originally? What's your bring? Tell us a little bit about your background and how you became a musician, and what transpired of your life to actually want to embrace the path of being a musician, a producer, singer, etc. Tell us a little bit about all that, please. I'm
yeah,
curious.
yeah. So I was born in Holland,
Mm-hmm.
um, near Rotterdam. So that's the second
Roche,
biggest city.
Roche. Big shout out to the Roche family.
Nice, nice. You've been there, right? To
Yeah, plenty
perform.
of times.
Nice,
Plenty
nice,
of
nice,
times.
nice. It's a nice city, like
Yeah.
lots of different cultures.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel at home in here. So, and yeah, both my parents are from Ghana, so born and raised, and that makes me like full Ghanaian.
100%.
I went
A Ghanaian
to
from abroad.
yeah, yeah, or a boga, like they would say, a boga.
Yes,
So,
sir.
um, and yeah, like music has always been around me, man. Like my dad used to listen to a lot of high life music, and we used to go to the church, and there was a lot of live music going on. And my mom's used to listen to a lot of soul music, and me myself, I was looking into the hip hop music, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And just the stories that they were telling in the music was something that I was really yeah, interested by, and I was like, okay, I need to know more about this stuff. And yeah, from there on, I sort of started exploring. I used to be quite a quiet kid that
Mm.
just needed the sort of way to express. And yeah, music was a way for me to express, to sort of write down what was going on, and about my surroundings, but also about where I want to go, and where I'm from. So yeah, it was a good way to sort of find myself. And yeah, it's still a ongoing process, actually. So just
Mm.
me sort of embracing that Ghanaian side on a new way, in a new way. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man.
100%,
Yeah,
brother, 100%. And how would you say that your sound has evolved through the years? You say you come. I mean, you personally come from hip hop. You've been really, really, really into that culture, that sound.
yeah,
How has that evolved into now becoming this probably more Afrobeat or maybe
yeah,
high life kind of feel that your music is about nowadays? I mean, tell us a little bit
yeah.
about
It has been like a natural process, because it has been in my household for years, like the whole high life
that. Hmm.
um, sound. So
Yeah.
it was a part of me without me being like really aware of it.
Hmm.
But at some point, I was like, okay, I want to explore, sort of expand my horizon, because I
Hmm.
used to be in a hip hop group, and we used to be like hip hop, raw hip hop stuff. And at
Seriously
some,
underground.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And at some point, I was like, okay, I need to sort of expand my horizon, explore my horizon, and
Mm.
go my own way at some point, and tell my own stories. And one part of the story is your sound. Like, how do you sound?
Mm.
Does your sound sort of represent the person that you are? So for
Yeah.
me, it was like a natural way for me to sort of blend those two together. And
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
point, I was like, okay, I want to blend it with the Afro vibes, a bit of soul music, because I've been listening to a lot of soul music, also because I have an older sister. She used to listen to all that stuff, and my mom's also. So it was a natural sort of blend at some point. And yeah, obviously I like the music also, man. Like
Yeah.
when I looked back at my Spotify Wrapped
Hmm.
previous year, like
Hmm.
Fela was the first.
The
So
first.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was really looking into Fela, and
Indeed, man.
yeah, I really like his music, but also Abo Taylor. Yeah, I have quite some playlists also on my Spotify that is all focused on those sounds. Like I have a classic Afro
Interesting.
groups playlist with all those sounds, especially the 70s, 80s
Yeah.
type of vibe. I like those in
Mm.
particular. And
100%.
next to that, also the fresh new sounds for like Burna Boy to Wizkid to like Stone Boy, Shatta
Yes, sir.
Wale. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
like yeah,
Shout out to Stoneboy with whom I did a song last year together with Preto Show. Raga
nice,
Raga. Yeah, 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 yeah. We
nice,
dropped, we dropped a collaboration last year together. And so it's interesting. We do have in common one thing: it's the love of Fela Nicola Pokuti. My
nice.
solos and everything. I mean, my whole solo approach, the way I play my solos, is completely pumped from Fela. Like,
Wow,
it's I have to say that Fela Kuti has been responsible for um, 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 igniting the calling for becoming a musician in my heart. It was something that I could not explain, because when I heard his music for the first time, it was definitely a spiritual manifestation. Something strange happened. I had goosebumps. I could not stop listening to the music, and you have to bear in mind at the time there was only vinyl. I mean, not only vinyl, but that particular piece of music was only available on vinyl, and it wasn't mine. It was a friend of my brother, or my older brother, and so I was just there for that weekend together with my brother and his friend, and so we were just chilling, and and listening to this album, the Hemis Road project, and that changed my whole life, and became one of the very pivotal sounds amongst many others. Because I also, just like you, come from hip hop as well, strong hip
Hmm.
hop background as well when it comes to, the origins, but not only obviously, Ndombolo, Sukus, highlife
Nice,
music, regional Afro beats, etc., etc.
nice.
So we do have definitely that in common, and so
Do you have
I.
a favorite fella song also, or?
Oh man, it has to be Coffin for Head of State, Hemis
Oh,
Road,
sick.
Monday Morning in Lagos, and
Ah,
Teacher Don't Teach Me Nonsense, Banana Republic,
crazy.
um, MOP, um, and there's one that is called uh, it can it just slip my memory, but it's one of, yeah. Those are just some of the
Yeah,
favorite songs that
crazy,
I have from Fela. But yeah,
crazy.
so yeah, man. I mean, it's beautiful how we managed. You see how we managed to bring all these influences into what we just did, which is the song "Out of This World,"
Yeah.
and and so tell us a little bit about what inspired you now. I mean, lyrically to write about that. Like what triggered? Because it's a very positive song. It's really about like taking highs out of lows, and
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that, man. What inspired that?
I guess I wrote this song at the beginning of this whole pandemic. It
Hmm.
was during that time. So I was like, um, yeah, I was like, okay, what should be the mentality that sort of gets us to a new level, like that
Mm.
sort of um, yeah, make sure that we sort of get to the right space, like a positive space, like you were saying. And it was also the time that a lot of stuff was going on with the BLM.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I just came back from one of these demonstrations here in Rotterdam.
Hmm.
And it was a very emotional experience because we've been in a lockdown for, I guess, 2 months at that point.
Mm.
And then we had this demonstration here at the Erasmusbrug, and it was full of people. It was like thousands of people all together to sort of take a stance against racism, and
Mm. Police
it was,
brutality.
yeah, it was a beautiful thing, man. And for me, it was like I want to write a song that sort of um, has the same spirit of that, the same energy of that sort of demonstration, because
Hmm.
it might
Hmm.
look like for some people that it's a sort of intimidating vibe, but it was a positive vibe actually.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
yeah, like and I wanted to make sure that that sort of feeling was represented on this track. So, and out of this world, like for me, it's like all about people who have a, strong perseverance
Mm.
in getting the best out of themselves and being the best versions of themselves. And
And
uh,
always moving
yeah,
forward.
yeah, always look forward despite the situation you're in, you know. And for me, that's the sort of uh, way of looking at life that's out of this world, because
Mm.
I think there are a lot of people who are still sort of narrow-minded in a way and are not really reaching their full potential because of
Mm.
fear or anything, you know. So yeah, that's what it's about, man. It's a
Uh,
mentality. Yeah.
100%, 100%. It's definitely a mentality. It's definitely a mindset. Yeah, it's just a way of life, brother. And it's not
Yeah,
easy for everybody. A lot of people
it's not
are
easy,
not able,
definitely.
but
It's true.
well, any new music that you're working on? What are some of your next projects coming up? I mean, tell us a little bit about what's up next for you, musically, artistically.
Yeah,
And Mhm.
yeah. I've been working on my album, and
Mhm.
it's done basically. So now I'm
Nice.
just looking at how I want to present it the right way.
Mm.
also concerning like the way we're living right now. It's obviously
Yeah.
different. So the way of presenting should also be different, and
True.
so I'm looking into that. But I'm very happy with the way it came through, because I went to Ghana last year to really study and really learn more about the music and
Mm,
collaborate with different artists and musicians. And
mm,
yeah, the outcome is on the album. So that's yeah, I'm really looking forward to release it. Um, yeah, it's a beautiful thing for me because the album actually represents like the two sources that
hmm,
represent my music, so yeah,
mhm.
very interesting. So in that way it's a sort of um yeah, it's a sort of extent of what has been done with Out of This World. It's like, yeah, just the same direction, sort of. Only
Mm.
thing is, this one is with the band, so I'm really looking forward to it. Is that's a sort of
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
band vibes, man. A lot of band vibes. So
That's
also
dope,
the
man.
speaker, the trumpet player, good drummers, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You got the full piece going on.
Yeah, man.
Good, man.
Yeah,
Good stuff, man. Yo, I'm actually excited to hear about this album, brother. And you already
nice,
know I
nice.
got you for the remixes, so let's do this.
Sick, sick. Let's make it happen, man. That's good. That's
Respect,
good.
man.
And what
And
about
you,
you?
well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, to be honest with you, I'm continuing with my strategy of releasing, a single per week at this point. Ours just came out on Friday. I got another one coming out next Friday with my brother, Sheyi Olagunju, Prince Sheyi
All right,
Olagunju, a brother originally from Nigeria, Lagos, and
nice.
Yoruba man, proud and beautiful soul who has been a friend for many years, and we really never had the chance to work together, even though we always spoke about it, and then we managed to do so. Um,
Nice.
this brother is one very inspiring man because something very terrible happened to him. He was walking very well. There was never really an issue, and then he started having really terrible back pains that were excruciatingly painful, and led him to lose the mobility and the usage of his legs. So he can
Wow.
stand, but he's it's very complicated for him. So he's been moving with a wheelchair for the past 4 years, and you can imagine for somebody who's been working all his life to be going through that, and no doctors can actually tell why he is going through that. There's no scientific
Wow.
explanation whatsoever. They don't. There. He's pretty much like people are testing things on him to see what's up, but because they can't explain it, it's that crazy. So
Wow.
very important
Devastating.
project that I wanted to see coming to life, and it's coming to life next Friday. I'm going to have him as well on the listening session as well, just like we're doing now. And we're
Nice.
going to be talking a little bit about that. And then I just got a lot of music. This year I'm celebrating my 20-year anniversary career, and I was
Wow.
thinking, yeah, I was
Wow.
thinking,
Did you know I probably saw you perform like 7 years ago
oh, for
in,
real?
in yeah, in Brussels. I was thinking about it last night. This must be the guy. This must have been him. It's
Okay.
yeah. Because the sound it was definitely that sound, and you've been on it for quite some time now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 20
Uh,
years, bro.
Crazy, crazy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was with my girlfriend at the time,
Okay.
and we went there for a weekend just to go out and see what Brussels was all about. And then we were looking at what was going on in the city in the evening, and then we saw that there was an Afro party going on somewhere. So we were like, okay, let's go.
Nice. Do you
And
remember what the venue was?
oh, that's a good question, man. It was a big venue, man. It was a big venue, man.
Was it KVS?
I have to look it up then, man. Because how does
Kevin,
KVS look?
it's like Kevin is like a theater for it's like Koning Vlaams, whatever, some
Ah,
theater. It's like a Royal Flemish theater, I believe, something like that.
ah.
Um,
And it was like in the evening. It was like really going out type of vibe.
but it was a
Uh,
big venue, right?
yeah, it was a big venue.
And there was okay, yeah, it's probably that. For 7 years ago, sounds about right. Sounds about right. It was, and there was a massive stage.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah, that was it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was that night. All right, cool. All right, nice. Oh man,
Sick.
that was a sick party. Yes, indeed, man. Big shout out to all the people at KVS as well. They did a great job back in the days. It was a great time. I mean, bro, this is the thing, man. It's our lives have changed, and just like you said beautifully earlier, it's like, yo, man, we just got to find new ways and adapt and understand that, well, we will not be coming back to normality anytime soon. So we have to create a new normal. We have to create a new stream of income. We have to create new ways of making sure
That's
that the
true.
people have access to our music. And this music is so important to everybody's life, because we may not be saving people's life physically, maybe in some ways, but I would actually go as far as saying that we are lifesavers. We are people who provide mental healing. We are people who provide, solace in times of despair. If it wasn't because
Yeah,
of music, what would the world be? So we are indeed essential to the functioning of humanity, because we provide the
sure.
soundtrack to, all these people's lives. And so therefore, I think that it's very important for people who are in the capacity to obviously do so, to support their artists. And in that regard,
Yeah,
in that respect, I've made sure people check out the description section of this video, both on YouTube and Facebook, because I'm streaming that live as well on my Facebook channel. There is obviously the PayPal that's here down here. You can PayPal to support the show, but
can
also
PayPal. Yeah,
K Slice information are in the comment section. I made available his link tree.
nice,
Do you have a
nice.
PayPal? Do you have a PayPal where people can maybe send donations and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. When they go to my Spotify account, for instance, then they can find it. And
Straight
yeah,
up.
man. So
So please go
always good.
stream K Slice's music. You have no excuse. His name is literally written. Like it's written. You can't no, it's here. It's literally here. It's here. Oh yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's that finger. This is here. It's here. K Slice. You have no freaking excuses. Go stream the brothers' music, support. There's this whole thing. You can just press on that button, send some PayPal donations. Please understand,
Yeah,
this is what we do for a living, but beyond that, this is our passion, and we are passionate about providing you all with music that we truly believe will bring you positivity in your lives.
yeah. Lifting your spirits, and this guy has been like doing all this DJ sessions with crazy music.
You're not
Like he's
stopping
been
anytime
on it.
soon.
Like yeah, it feels like it's daily. Like he's been doing it like
Oh yeah, pretty much.
consistent. So yeah, support the guy, man, because his work ethic is very inspiring, and
Thank you, brother.
he's been saying he's been doing it for 20 years. That's a
Mhm.
grown up person. That's a grown up person with a beard and stuff.
Yep, and hairy balls.
He was and everything.
Oh, brother, do you have any last words to share with our viewers, and anything that you want people to know, maybe some words of wisdom, whatever the case may be, the floor is yours to fully take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we've been through a lot, and it's a crazy time, and but we have to stay positive in a way and support the people around us. I do believe that the persons that are direct in our circle um, are part of our support system, and vice versa. So it goes both ways, and just find a way to sort of keep going, but also don't be too strict on yourself, and take the time to just relax and um, go back to the essence. And the essence for me is looking back at what sort of awoke your spirit when you was like a little kid. What did you do when you was a little kid? What made you do what you did before you had all these responsibilities? And when you're able to make that inner child proud, then you are doing good. And yeah, just make sure that you're connected to that inner child, support your inner system, stay positive, and yeah, that's what it's about for me, man.
That's right, brother. Well, I appreciate
Right.
you dropping these words, man. These are very important words of encouragement. People need them. We all need them. We all need to hear them, even though we know about them. It's like a mantra. The more you repeat them, the more they're part of your system. So,
It's true.
brother,
Yeah, we
appreciate
forget about
you.
it. Yeah.
Sorry.
We forget about it sometimes, and it's
Yes, we do.
normal. Like even the small parts, like just drinking water, enough drink enough water. At some
Drink
point, you
water.
forget.
Drink
Drink
water.
water.
It's very important. Don't you play yourself. You must drink water. It's super important.
So yeah,
Uh,
man. All right.
well, my
Thanks for
brother,
having
thank
me,
you very
man.
much, man. Of course,
All
bro. Of
right.
course, man. And please, family, as I said, go in the description section of this video on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it is, because I'm pretty sure Case is going to post that as well on his Instagram, just as I will. And make sure that you go and subscribe to his channels, support the music by streaming it, and we will continue on providing you always good sounds. This was your listening session. Boddhi Satva Case Slice Out of This World, available now on all your favorite streaming platforms. Make sure you go and pip it, add it to your playlist, add it to your music, whatever the case may be. Buy it, whatever you need to do it. All right. We appreciate
All
you. We
right.
thank you. God bless.
Yo, love.
Peace. Indeed, indeed.